Hey, so today I got some wings I'm going to be making. Going to use the PitBoss that I've got to make these. It's the Pro Series version 2 850. I'm going to use just a few different rubs. So what I've been doing is letting these sit in my fridge for a day. Just poured some kosher salt on them to help dry the skin out. It's typically what I do, just get the skin nice and dry. It's really worked well with getting the skin so it's crisp when smoking them in the PitBoss. Going to just use two different rubs. Use this Big Daddy Hill's apple barbecue rub. And then I got another one. It's this smoky honey barbecue rub. No particular reason why I'm picking these. Just had them for a while and just wanted to use them. It's been a minute since I've used them. They both taste really well. I think they'll go pretty well with wings. Just use some canola oil as a binder on them, so they're not going to be in for too long before I have to take them out. Especially in a PitBoss, like they just don't really get a whole lot of smoke. But what I'll typically do is just go through and hit them real quick with the oil, just like that, and then just grab one of these and sprinkle it on, and then I'll just repeat with, and then once I'm done with this, then I'll just repeat and flip them over on the other side. So I really like these Big Daddy Hills rubs just because they just use like all natural ingredients. They don't use anything that is they don't, like, there's no MSGs, there's no artificial flavoring, no high fructose corn syrup. I like that about their sauces, but I also really enjoy that when it comes to their rubs as well. Anyways, just going to go ahead and get these other ones done, and then I'll flip them over and just kind of repeat the process and then get them on the PitBoss. Alright, so I got the wings here on the PitBoss. Got it set for 230, so just going to leave them in here at 230 degrees for about an hour, and then after that we'll crank up the temperature to get them get the skin crispy. So I typically line them all the way up over here on the right hand side, and then move them over to the left. So this section over here just tends to get really hot in my PitBoss. I don't know if that's how it is for all of them. At least the Pro Series 850 version 2 is what I've got. So if yours is like that, I don't know, but like mine, this right here gets really hot. So I try to keep things away from there, keep them over here as much as I can, keep it from getting too hot. And because a lot of times over there it tends to kind of burn things. It's kind of weird. So anyways, just going to go ahead and keep them in there and let them keep going. And once we get after about an hour, then I'll go ahead, bump the temperature, and get them crispy. So here's how the wings are looking now. Right now they're all temping at about 140 to 150 degrees. So what I've done is I got ahead and bumped the temperature up to 400 degrees. Once it hits 400, I'll let them sit in here for a half hour, and that's all it takes to get the skin so that it's crispy. So that's kind of our next step. The ideal range is to get them in between about 175 to 185 degrees. That's when the cartilage inside the wing starts to melt and it makes the wings nice and tender. They're not going to dry out. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but with wings and thighs, like you take them to a higher temperature to get them to where they're actually done and where they're nice and soft and juicy. Here's the wings. They're all done, ready to go. I just got done, again, finished them off at 400 degrees. Got them nice and crispy. Took about a half hour. That's all it takes to get the skin crisp. Gonna go ahead and just try one real quick. I don't know if you could hear, but that crunching sound, that was the skin. So yeah, very crisp in, very good taste. This is one with the apple rub on it. Tastes really good. You can kind of see the pinkness to it. A little bit of good smokiness to it. Tastes really good. It's not dried out. Just juicy and tender and soft, and really happy with this. Sorry, having to hold the phone with my other hand. I could break it apart, but it's very good. Very crisp skin. Happy with this one. Turned out really well. So again, just to recap, start off by cooking it 230 degrees for an hour. Then crank it up to 400 degrees. Once it's 400, let it sit there for a half hour, get the skin crispy, and then just pull them. They should be temping. They should temp somewhere between 175 and 185, depending upon where they're at on the grill and the hot spots and whatnot. But that's where all these temped out at. Again, dry brining them a day in advance really helps to dry out the skin. Just get some kosher salt, put it on it, let it sit in your fridge on a rack in a tray in a pan the day before, and then just pull them out, put your rub on, and throw them in. Use the canola oil for the binder to keep the rub on it.